While doing research on Star Destroyers and their various weaponry, I started thinking about orbital bombardment, and it made me think of another fictional universe that uses similar tactics to obliterate their enemies, that being the Halo universe. Now I understand we strictly discuss Star Wars on this channel, but being a Halo fan as well, I thought it would be fun to see what would happen between both types of attacks. So let's jump into today's question. What's the difference between orbital bombardment and glassing? Let's start with orbital bombardment. We get mention of this in the movies, TV shows, comic books, and even video games. But what is it? Orbital bombardment is when you point your many heavy turbo lasers at the surface of a planet, target a city or base, and blast it into oblivion. The Empire was known for doing this on a number of occasions. One horrific example occurred after the Clone Wars, when the system of Harun Kal had an insurrection. The enemy was involved in heavy fighting on the ground until it was deemed that the situation became out of hand. The Imperial Navy then ordered a base Gamma 1, or orbital bombardment, of the planet. The many strikes from the turbo lasers superheated the atmosphere to the point where the surface water boiled off. Imperial ground forces were left to die amidst the assault. It is important to know that not all bombardments were so extreme though. Most just involved leveling a city or destroying a target, which compared to the last example doesn't seem too bad. However, orbital bombardments would later be replaced by more surgical strikes thanks to heavy armed TIE bombers. I think we can agree that the Empire did plenty of damage with these bombardments, but how do they compare to Halo glassing? Glassing is a term for when a planet's surface is essentially melted down to what resembles, well, glass. Now, plasma weapons in the Halo universe are a lot different from the ones we see in Star Wars. Plasma turrets fire from a Covenant cruiser using magnetic guidance to direct a large amount of superheated gas to its target. The plasma then impacts and splashes its target with extreme heat, melting hulls, sending shockwaves of heat and fire, and melting planets. Covenant attacks where they use high-orbit bombardments left planets devastated. The entire surface becomes like that of glass, and in some cases the planet's atmosphere is burned off and you're left with a broken world incapable of ever sustaining life again. While both universes use plasma weaponry, you can see that the difference between an Imperial and a Covenant bombardment is pretty drastic. The Covenant not only uses larger amounts of plasma in its attacks, it considers its attack a holy cleansing. They use their strike to utterly annihilate the planet. The Imperial Navy, however, doesn't attack to completely devastate its opponents. It only uses bombardments to further its control of planets, sending messages of their power and might. They don't seek to destroy entire planets with bombardments, just specific targets. They'll build a Death Star to do that. If I missed anything, make sure to let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this examination between two of my favorite fictional universes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have an amazing day, and may the Force be with you.